Not having seen the claws on your closed shutters, I engraved the necrosis of our summer. I feel there. Here I am, stuffed, a dream like fungus in your life, devoid of so many beautiful things. Disowned by peers and sons, light from vine to vine, from the semicolon where I want to be loved. I learned that indolence circulates on the back of a donkey, soft asphalt of the violating the cities, insensitive to the chapels, to the intentional charm intended to be ambush and gravitational. A genie of the lamp waiting at the time must extend with ramps. Bronze gilded chisel is most on an arc that access to its metal may be, and in itself a finality for the small, the large, the flying insect, for all plants down to their descendants, those who climb the tree to find their and who sometimes get lost in a string of imprudent strings, as if greedy for marble. The breastplates of dry lizards on the walls, naturally qualified to forge cracks. A jeweler without measure for these azure frescoes. The painter of the living makes historic fun, mixing the scenes of West and East, crossing the entity of the needle of time, which he elegantly withdraws. Yes, the work is finished, as if he liked it to believe that it is she who is building it. Slow gestures, step by step, as if emerging from water, threatening to float, to carry the baby and its babe under his wing. The brutish maestro opens the symphony, draining musicians, sighs and turning leaves into a faithful rain, ignoring the leisure that brings me back to the beginning of autumn. I wander dull and full of memories, ghost on your balcony, unalterable lake that September dislocates. Premises of the snowflake, where my imprisoned heart relies our roommate in yet another way. The outcome is the same because you made me the prince and the demon, and the little prose that falls from your roof, the insignificant thing that nibbles at its name, that digs into its navel like one goes around in circles until mid-April without you. And beyond reason, I see life in not having seen the claws on your closed shutters, I engraved the necrosis of our summer. It'll get. Here I am, stuffed, a dream like fungus in your life devoid of so many beautiful things. Just on my peers and songs like from vine to vine, from this semicolon where I wanna be loved. I learned that indulgence circulates on the back of a donkey, soft asphalt of the vile irrigating the cities, insensitive to the chapels, to the intentional charm intended to be ambush and gravitational. A genie of a lamp waiting at the turn must extend with ramps. Bronze gilded chiseled his most ardent art, that access to its metal may be and in itself a finality for the small, the large, the flying insects, for all plants down to their descendants, those who climb the tree to find their gladioli, and who sometimes get lost in a string of imprudent strings, as if greedy for marble, the breastplates of dried lizards on the walls, naturally qualified to forge packs of jeweler without measure for these azure frescoes. The painter of the living makes a storefront, mixing the seams of west and east, crossing the entity of the needle of time, which he elegantly withdraws once the work is finished, as if he liked it to believe that it is she who is building it. Slow gestures, step by step, as if emerging from water, threatening to flow, to carry the baby and its dad under his wing. The prudish maestro opens the symphony, training musicians, sighs and turning leaves into a faithful lane, ignoring the leisure that brings me back to the beginning of autumn. I wandered down, full of memories, ghosts on your balcony, a notable wreck that September dislocates. Premises of a snowflake, where my imprisoned heart reeled as a roommate in yet another way. The outcome is the same, because you made me the prince and the demon and the little prose that falls from you. The insignificant thing that nibbles at its name, that digs into its navel like one goes around in circles until mid-April. Without you and beyond reason, I see life in gloom. It's my only escape. Then May comes and I spiral out of control. I drill another summer for a hole in my ankle, where I trip over my foot, fall flat on my face, then like a caterpillar, expire in butterflies.
All I've seen the clothes on your clothes shatters. I engraved the necrosis of a summer idyll there. Here I am, stuffed a dream like fungus. Your life devoid of so many beautiful things. These are my peers and songs, like from vine to vine, from the semicolon where I wanna be loved.
I learned that in the limb circulates on the back of a donkey, soft asphalt of the vile irrigating the cities,
Insensitive to the
rustic stare with rounds from gilded chisels, his most ardent heart that access to its metal may be, and in itself a finality for the small and large, the flying insects for our plants down to their descendants, those who climb the tree to find their gladioli, and who sometimes get lost in a string of imprudent strings, as if greedy for marble, the breastplates of dry lizards on the wall. Naturally qualified to forge crafts, a jeweler without measure for these azure frescoes. The painter of the living makes a storefront, mixing the seams of west and east, crossing the entity of the needle of time, which she elegantly withdraws once the work is finished, as if we like to believe that it is she who is building it. Slow gesture, step by step, as if emerging from water, threatening to float, to carry the baby in its bath under his wing. The prudish maestro opens the symphony, draining musician sighs and turning these into a faithful rain, ignoring to measure that brings me back to the beginning of autumn. I wander dull and full of memories, ghost on your balcony, an old turbo rag that September dislocates, menaces of a snowflake where my imprisoned heart will launch our roommate in yet another way. The outcome is the same because you made me the prince and the demon and the little prose that falls from your roof, the insignificant thing that nibbles at its name, that digs into its navel like one goes around in circles until mid-April, when are you